Hi everyone, Natasha here, and around my home today I am in my dining room. We have a chilly but sunny start to the day. It's Tuesday, so it's time for another Tiny Tidy Tuesday. So stay tuned for that and welcome to my dining room. Welcome back to my home. I'm so glad you're joining me today for another Tiny Tidy Tuesday. As the title of this video stated, I have some special things to share with you today. But first off, if you're brand new, welcome. If you've been following along all these weeks and months, welcome back. I am so happy to be joining once again with Sunday Dawn, our lovely leader, and all of the wonderful collaborators who are in this special open collab. We all come together as creators and share our Tiny Tidy each Tuesday. And because it's an open collab, the list of names changes each week. We just pop in and out as it works for us and our family schedules and our lives. So Sunday organizes us. I'll have the playlist linked in the description down below. And I'm so grateful for her organizing us each week and for creating this Tiny Tidy concept. A lot of us use these weekly tidies as a chance just to go through and declutter or organize or tidy up a small space. Every once in a while, it turns into a mighty tidy where we really get into a bigger collection of things and get it all sorted out. I have been using this whole series as some accountability to keep going on my basement decluttering. It's something that I had wanted to do for years. It's bothered me for years, and I just couldn't get myself to work on it. And when I discovered the Tiny Tidy series, I thought, this is perfect. It'll give me a weekly chance to check in and work on just a little bit at a time without getting overwhelmed. I like that I bring the items up here to my sunny and bright dining room so I can just focus in on decluttering and sorting the items up here versus being down in my cluttered and messy and dark and dingy basement where it's hard to think about what I'm doing because I'm so distracted by everything around me. So I am really proud of the progress I've made. I've been doing this now for over a year, and I feel like my section of the basement where I've been working, this whole collection of shelves, has really come a long way, and it's sort of turned the corner to where I feel like now I can continue working on decluttering and organizing and putting things on the shelves with intention and purpose and having a system in place. So that was what I wanted for myself all along when we moved into this house over 10 years ago. And it's just taken me a long time to get there, but like I said, I'm still proud of the progress, and I feel like now I can certainly move forward and continue on. Now, having said that, the confession that I have to make is I thought I was all done with shelf number 7 or season 7 from last week. And this past weekend, we enjoyed a lovely Thanksgiving holiday. We got to spend lots of time with family, and we also got a few days at home just to rest and relax together as a smaller family. And we decided to get our Christmas decorations out and our Christmas tree out. So when we were down there in the basement gathering all of the bins, I realized I forgot something. So on the top shelf of shelf number 7, there was a collection of rolled up documents and architectural plans. And I sort of loosely know what's there. I know one of them is the plans to this house that we got from the previous owners. So this house was built in 1921. And this was a collection of plans that they had an architect draw up when they were doing a big renovation. So it's not the original plans, but it's a good architectural set of drawings for this house in its current state for the most part. So I definitely want to keep those, but the rest of it, I'm pretty sure they're just more projects and drawings from my interior design college days. So I don't think I need those. But as an update, I wanted to let you know I was able to make some really good progress with decluttering all the items I found last week. So my daughter's art teacher, I reached out to her, and she was thrilled to take the majority of the items that could either be repurposed or reused. So she took a lot of the larger drawings that were on big sheets of paper, and I told her they could just be used for scrap paper. The kids could turn them over and paint, use them as like a backdrop for painting so they don't get paint on the tables. And all of the larger pieces of foam core and mat board could just be used for projects, just use the backside that was blank and empty. So that was what I had intended. I was fully aware that they were just gonna sort of be used one more time and then thrown away. But when she got them, she texted me and she said, "Oh my gosh, these are gorgeous. They're such a cool way for the kids to see what an architectural plan looks like and what elevations look like." So she said, before I go to just using them up and being able to throw them away, I want to take some time to share them with the kids in my classes and just talk to them a little bit about the whole interior design and architecture field and how we can use things like perspective to create these drawings that have depth and dimension to them. So I was so thrilled to hear that she had a good use and a purpose for them besides just as scrap paper. And like I said, I was totally fine if that's all they became, was just scrap paper or a way to use the back as a project display board, things like that. So she kept the smaller portfolio for now because that's where I put everything that I sent to school with my daughter, and she has the majority of those projects. The ones that had the big pieces of like carpeting and stone and stuff glued to them, those are really too hard to reuse. So those just got pitched, but it was a pretty small collection. And then the other nice portfolio case that I had, I reached out to a local artist here in my town, and she was thrilled to get that. She and her daughter are both artists, and she said, we'll definitely be able to use it. So it feels really good that I've gotten that whole stack off the shelf in the basement. I kept 2 display boards of 2 projects that I felt like were a pretty complete set and they were interesting to look at. So at some point I'll work on getting those displayed around our home somewhere. I might frame them. But they're just stashed in the basement with a small bag of poster board that I had. And those are just things I feel like they can tuck in. They're just stored with the craft supplies. And when I need them, I've got them, but it's not taking up a ton of room or space. And that big stack has found its new home. Some of it's getting used as a teaching tool, and then later as just some art and craft supplies. And the other is getting used as a portfolio for an artist, which is what it was meant for. So I just wanted to share that little update on how things have gone with the decluttering process. Of course, the electronic things like the old floppy disk, I'm just going to put those in our electronics recycling, and next time that rolls around in the spring, those will go out with that. So today I need to go down to the basement and grab the last couple of things off that shelf, which is this roll of paper and architectural plans, and let me see what I can find and what I know I need to keep and what I can get rid of. So let's head to the basement. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and figure out which ones are the ones for the house that I need to keep, and then what else I can just pass on to the teacher as more scrap paper and get rid of. Okay, so these are the drawings, the architectural drawings that go with the house. So I'm going to keep these. There were 2 major renovations that the previous owners did. So this is a collection of some from the first and some from the second, but I think they're important to have on hand just because if we would ever need to do things, this is a good history of some of the construction work that was done to the house and also what it started out as originally. These are all just old projects or old rolls of paper that weren't even used. So these are going to go to the art teacher and they can do what they want with them. They could be used however she wants to use them, but that way those will get out of my basement. So now we can say that shelf number 7 or season 7 is finally finished and we have completed everything on that shelf. And I have to say that as we were getting out our holiday decorations, it felt so good not only to see the empty space on the shelves, but then to see my holiday bins, which I have spent the last couple of Christmases reorganizing as I put things away. So I have them numbered and labeled really well. I went by where I'm decorating. So I have one bin that's all of our kitchen things. I have one bin that's all the stuff that goes here in the dining room. I have one bin that was things like pajamas and movies. So I just organized things as I was taking them down and thought if I put them in this room, most likely I'll put them back up in the same room. So it was easy just to make that a collection that went into one tote bin. And I also numbered them in the order that it made sense to get them out so that if I wasn't doing it in one day, I just knew where to start. And if I was doing it over multiple days or several weekends, I could kind of do it in the proper order that made sense as far as putting up the decorations and getting the tree supplies out. So now I feel like that basement wall of shelving units is in so much better shape. I can say that I've done everything on those shelves and feel like I know what I have and I know the systems that I've started. Of course, the rest of the basement still has a long way to go, but it feels easier to tackle one little pile at a time and know where I'm going to go with anything I find that I want to keep, and to have space on the shelves to start any new collections I might need to start. And so now we come to the announcement. As we were working on the holiday decorating, it occurred to me that I really want to spend time over the next 4 weeks as we lead up to Christmas, being really present with my family, enjoying the Advent season, taking time to slow down and really soak in the magic of the season and the special time of year. And so I've decided to take a break from my tiny tidies for now. It'll allow me to just really focus on what's important this time of year, and I'll still be watching and cheering on all the other tiny tidiers. But after working on this for over a year, I think it's just time for a break. So I'm going to be taking a break, but definitely tune in every Tuesday and see what all the other tiny tidiers are up to along with Sunday Dawn. I will be there as well, watching and using them as some motivation and inspiration while I work on little projects around my home. Once again, I'm so grateful to Sunday Dawn for providing this platform as a way to make all this progress on my home, and a project that was really something I was struggling with. So I'm just incredibly grateful, and I will always be grateful for this opportunity. And I'm looking forward to coming back to the tidying process in my basement in a slow and thoughtful way, and feeling like it's going to be a little bit easier as I move forward now that I have that whole wall of shelving units complete. So thanks again for joining me. Don't forget to stay tuned. I'll be back with my December planner setup on Sunday. And of course, on Fridays, I'll be sharing our Beautifully Organized in 52 Weeks series. I'm going to be wrapping that up as we get through the holidays as well. I appreciate your support and your encouragement in the comments, so continue to share that with all of our other tiny tidiers. Thanks for subscribing and coming back and liking each video, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a very happy holiday season, and I'll see you soon. Bye.